bet you thought that the Israeli-Palestine thing was all about something else. Well,
Yeah,
guess what?
It's about a clash of civilizations, Jimmy.
That's right. Clash of Civilizations. It's the oldest story in the book. It's about natural gas. It's about oil and gas. You ready? Watch this.
Gaza is rich, gas rich, at least 1.4 trillion cubic feet rich, to be precise. But there's a catch.
Geologists and natural resources economists have confirmed that the occupied Palestinian territory lies above sizable reservoirs of oil and natural gas wealth in Area C of the occupied West Bank and the Mediterranean coast off the Gaza Strip. To date, the real and opportunity costs of the occupation exclusively in the area of oil and natural gas have accumulated to tens, if not hundreds of billions of dollars.
Back in 1999, the
And now you know the rest of the story.
I mean, you don't even have to finish the story because I know exactly how this goes.
That's right.
It goes the same way every single time.
So wait, this means it's not about religion, Kurt.
No.
I mean, sure, it's about religion for suckers who have to fight and die for the energy business.
Right. And Bill Maher.
And Bill Maher. I just mean it's not about religion for any of the people in charge making the decisions about the war in Gaza. Boy, why does God always leave incredible wealth underneath bad people?
I know.
It's such a such a hassle having to wipe them out to get our energy-related gifts from our God.
I mean, since I was a boy listening to my Bible storybook tapes, the bad people been on top of the stuff God said we could have.
Do I really need to play the rest of this video? I don't think I do. I'll play a little bit, but that's it. You got the story. That's it.
I mean, you don't have to.
That's it.
I did go looking it up because it's the BG Group, which is a British exploration company who found it.
BP or BG?
BGG.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't know if they got split off or something, but
it's
they were
just
going
like
to cut a deal. This is 1999. They're going to cut a deal, but then 2006 is when they had something going around 2006. Whenever 2008, when Israel went back in, that's when they took the oil fields and they planned the attack while fake negotiating to do the oil deal. It turned out they had planned it, kind of like we did with Putin.
Yeah.
A lot of these natural gas things are very similar. You pretend you're going to have a peaceful thing while you build up whatever you're going to do to go get.
That's what the Minsk Peace Accords were about.
If you look at I noticed some similarities, is all I'm saying.
So I'll play a little bit more, but that's really
Palestinian authorities signed a deal with British Gas. Just off the Gaza coast, they struck it lucky, and 2 wells were drilled. That's Gaza Marine 1 and 2. It was a multi-billion-dollar gift from God, an economic boon both home and abroad.
This is one of the key messages here today. There will be gas available for export. And from my conversations with Palestinian officials, including President Arafat, it is clear that they have no interest in just sitting on a gas surplus.
Fast forward to 2007, Hamas comes to power and Israel launches an offensive on the Gaza Strip, leaving behind 4.
So let's remember why Israel's funding Hamas.
Yeah.
That's the thing no one talks about. Israel's funding Hamas. Why do you think they're funding Hamas? So they can then use their terrorism, their fighting back against the occupation and the blockade, as a pretext to go in and take that land. That's why they're telling everybody, get the hell out of there. We're gonna flatten it. We're dropping leaflets. Get the hell out of there. We're gonna flatten the land, and then we're gonna take all the gas and oil. That's what this is all about, of course.
I think they already took it way back then, didn't they?
Here we go.
1,500 dead Palestinians, but taking with it the gas fields.
got it.
Now, within the year, Israel announced the discovery of the Leviathan natural gas field, which did include Gaza's riches. All in all, valued at $453 billion.
Wow,
now,
that's almost as much money as Jeff Bezos has. That's a lot of money.
How much does he have?
I don't know. I thought he was a trillionaire almost. Wasn't he close?
No, is he?
Am I wrong? We're going to look it up. Here we go. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought he was close to being a trillionaire.
Then Gazans haven't seen a shekel, or to be more accurate, they have been denied around $47 billion in revenue.
So they're not giving any of the money to the Palestinians.
Yeah, they already did take it, and they didn't give them their share.
They already took it.
Yeah.
Okay.
As for Tel Aviv, well, it's gunning to become a new hub.
This is a historical moment in which the small country of Israel becomes a significant player in the global energy market. The Memorandum of Understanding will enable Israel, for the first time, to export Israeli natural gas to Europe. And it is even more impressive looking at the significant set of agreements we signed over the last year, which position Israel and the Israeli energy and water sectors as a key global player.
Let's just run through this then. At that moment in time, so we're talking 2022, Russian oil and gas was sanctioned. Iranian oil was sanctioned. Syrian oil fields were, and still are, illegally occupied by US forces. Now, the key port of Latakia was being bombed by Israel, and the port of Beirut, the gateway to the Middle East, lay in ruins.
There was just that crazy ammonia explosion or something. Remember that? Remember that
Yeah.
big explosion in the? Oh, it was a whoops! Just a quinky dink.
Is that a greenhouse gas?
A quinky dink.
Enter this small country of Israel right here with its seas of gas, its working ports, an answer to Europe's problems, and perhaps, most critically, the US blessing. Because in case you didn't know, US Congress has decided that Israeli energy is in the highest national security interests of Washington. So DC was only too happy for Tel Aviv to become a key global player. After all, it had itself previously mulled over ways in which to make its 51st state a window onto Europe.
Another interesting application of nuclear excavation would be a sea-level canal 160 miles long across Israel connecting the Mediterranean with the Gulf of Aqaba, and thus the Red Sea and the Indian Ocean. Such a canal would be a strategically valuable alternate to the present Suez Canal.
The Suez Canal is a gold mine. It connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Indian Ocean via the Red Sea. It is the link between Asia and Europe. Every day, almost 3 million barrels of oil, 8% of global LNG, 50 ships, $9 billion worth of cargo, 12% of global trade all pass along this right here, single canal. Remember in 2021 how a container ship ran aground in the Suez? Global trade was brought to its knees. The alternative route via the Cape of Good Hope adds around 9 days and 7,000 kilometers to the journey. There is no replacement for the Suez Canal, except perhaps for the Ben Gurion Canal.
Oh!
Now, what the US had been thinking about back in the 60s was dropping 520 nukes on parts of Israel, all to
What?
build a 260-kilometer long canal that would start at the Red Sea down there in the port city of Eilat, run through the Negev desert, and pour out into the Mediterranean. Where exactly? Right next to northern Gaza, the same northern Gaza that is currently being bombarded and depopulated. Egypt and its money-making Suez Canal would just be sidelined. The same Egypt that, rumor has it, is now considering taking in refugees in exchange for debt relief by the US. And if you think it's crude of me to talk business during times of an existential war, think again.
The winning companies have committed to unprecedented investment in natural gas exploration over the next 3 years, which would hopefully result in the discovery of new natural gas reservoirs.
In recent weeks, Tel Aviv has handed out 12 new licenses to 6 companies, on top of the plan to tap more of the Gaza marine resources. This area is a strategic gold mine. The Israelis have their largest foreign base down the Red Sea, just off Eritrea. And here a bit further down, Beijing has a naval base in Djibouti, a key piece in its enormous global infrastructure project, the Belt and Road, hated by London, Brussels, and Washington alike. Always ask yourself, cui bono, who benefits? Because war is horror and war is hell. But never forget that war, above all else,
Is a racket.
is big business.
It's a racket. War is a racket. It's all about business and natural and fossil fuels, baby. It's always been. And once again, we are killing each other over a substance made of the last big stupid animals that dominated the face of the earth. Does anyone really think this was about religion, Kurt? The Suez Canal and the immeasurable profits is more important than human life. We're not dealing with religious leaders. We're dealing with shareholders. They only have one deity, and the places of worship all have ATMs installed. Okay? Pragmatic evil is the curse of the modern world.
It's like technocrat stuff.
Yes.
Like, well, it'd just be better if the people were not in the way. First of all, I know it was the 60s, but to even try to calculate that you would dig a canal with nuclear bombs.
With nuclear bombs.
What?
What? Whoa. I don't got to live there.
They had
Wow.
already done Hiroshima and Nagasaki at that point, so you would think it'd be like that might leave some problems.
So either human life will win or greed will win. They both cannot succeed simultaneously.
What about some really greedy lives that will sacrifice all the other lives and then they will win?
That is amazing. I'm going to guarantee you Rachel Maddow is not going to tell you this. Sean Hannity's not going to tell you this. Anderson Cooper not going to tell you
I
this.
never heard of this till just now.
I mean, neither.
I had no idea. I always be like, does he not have gas or anything? Like, I always wondered about it. Never heard a thing. And apparently 1999, this wasn't like a top secret released file. I mean, the nuclear bomb thing was, but the natural gas being there wasn't really reported.
Nuclear bombs. They're going to use nuclear bombs to build a canal. Wow. How did they build the Panama Canal? They didn't use nukes back then. They got it done.
They didn't have the technology.
Right. So I guess just because it would take too long?
I want my gas now.
I want it now.
So when do you send the workers into the nuclear blast zone to get that canal moving?
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's why we had to blow up the pipeline.
That's why we had to blow up that Nord Stream pipeline.
No, it's not Ukraine. The guy that
and
they
that's why we
arrested.
got to stand with this. This is why we're standing with Israel. Because of all this is why, of course. And that's what Bobby Kennedy was talking about in that speech that we tore apart. Or not a speech, but that thing he was saying when he talked about. He said Israel is like an
aircraft
carrier in the Middle East. Unfortunately, has a concentration camp on it.
Yeah,
and
but also
and then Russia
protects oil.
Protects oil. Russia, China, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the Venezuela regime could control 90% of the oil. It's just amazing. This is it. And so the guy who launched his candidacy as a peace candidate quickly turned into using the same rhetoric that has gotten us into every war ever.
Today he was a president.
That's when he knew that's when you knew he was serious.
That's when the Fareed Zakari in me really came out. And I said, today he is a president.
He is a president. It's a heartbreaker. Okay, there it is. This is what it's all about, dummies. So we got a new sponsor. It's called Cozy Earth, and their mission is to help you find sanctuary in your daily life. By how? Giving you the softest, most luxurious, and responsibly sourced products in the world. For instance, they have. I've got their sheets, and I got to tell you, their sheets are amazing. They are the softest. They're made with viscose from bamboo, and they're temperature regulating. It only gets softer with every wash. Sensitive skin friendly, available in 13 colors. I got the white ones because I'm very boring. It's get this, they come with a 10-year warranty. I never heard of a sheet coming with a warranty, but this one comes. All Cozy Earth products can be returned and exchanged within 100 days and include an additional 10-year warranty against defects. So if you're racking your brain for a present for someone, this is a great present. Yeah, right? These sheets are fantastic. So we got them, and I had a sheet before made with some kind of bamboo extract or something. Steph didn't like them. Steph likes these. Steph's like these. These are made with the viscose from bamboo, and she liked them, and they do everything. They are really soft and fantastic. I got no trouble talking up these sheets, and I probably will give these sheets out for a gift. If you want your loved ones to feel better, sleep better, smile when they think of you, so you couldn't choose a better gift than Cozy Earth. I'm going to give it to everybody in my family who still talks to me. How about that? Whether it's their life-changing luxury pajamas or oh-so-soft bedding, loungewear, or plush bath towels, you'll love shopping and gift-giving at Cozy Earth. So here's what you do. My gift to you, this is my gift to you this holiday season. Go to CozyEarth.com and enter the code Jimmy to save up to 40%. That's a lot. The CozyEarth.com, go to CozyEarth.com and use the code Jimmy, CozyEarth.com. Hey, come see us doing a live stand-up show. We'll be in Burbank, California, Oxnard, California, Venice, California, Palmdale, California. Then we're going to Omaha, Des Moines, Milwaukee, Lansing, Bend, Oregon, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, and Boston, Massachusetts. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all those tickets.